The little girl's single tear fell into the bowl of medicine, miraculously curing the man's paralyzed legs after 10 years. Yet this lucky little girl was growing up under the abuse of her uncle's family. Her mother passed away early, and her father had been missing for years. Relatives branded her a curse, forcing her to do endless chores, and often starving her. One day, too weak from hunger to work, she begged her aunt for some leftovers, but the aunt scolded her harshly, and fed the food to the chickens instead. She even raised a broom to hit her. Luckily, a kind teacher walked by and stopped her. The teacher learned the girl hadn't been to school for a long time, so she visited the home to understand the situation. She found that the uncle's family abused the girl, taking advantage of her father's absence. When she saw the aunt throw out the girl's clothes and prepare to make her sleep in the doghouse, the teacher couldn't bear it and decided to take the girl in as her own granddaughter. Unexpectedly, this kind gesture brought great fortune to the family. When the daughter-in-law saw the teacher bring the girl home, she complained that they were already too poor and now had one more mouth to feed, but still she gave the girl their only white bun and served her the last of the porridge. The teacher noticed that despite her harsh words, the daughter-in-law was kind-hearted. Due to the rainy day, the teacher's leg pain flared up again. The little girl softly said, "If only it stopped raining," and moments later, the sun came out. The family then started planning next month's food. The daughter-in-law decided to collect herbs from the mountain to sell, and the teacher planned to find work at a construction site. But the girl pulled the teacher's hand, saying the job suspension must be a mistake from the school. Before she could finish, the school director arrived, explaining it was all a misunderstanding, and the teacher could return next week with a $50 raise. The teacher was overjoyed and praised the girl as her lucky star. Just then, the daughter-in-law heard the chickens clucking. To her surprise, a hen that had never laid eggs had just laid 3. Later, when they took the girl to gather herbs, they stumbled upon rare century-old lingy mushrooms. The daughter-in-law marveled at the girl's luck. Then something even more shocking happened. The man's legs, paralyzed for 10 years, stood up after drinking medicine made by the girl. The family realized that ever since she arrived, good things kept happening. The man joyfully lifted the girl, just as they were dreaming of a brighter future. The next day, her relatives showed up at the door. Turns out they had taken a $1,000 deposit from human traffickers, and today was the day of the deal. But the girl refused to leave, saying she wanted to wait for her father's return. Just then the daughter-in-law came home, planning to treat the girl better, but found her being taken away by the uncle's family. She gently touched her pregnant belly, then handed over the family's entire savings book, saying she'd use it to help the girl. But the aunt demanded they sign a written agreement. Without hesitation, the teacher grabbed the paper and stamped her fingerprint. After the relatives left, the girl knelt and tearfully thanked the teacher for adopting her. Not long after, someone delivered $500,000 to the girl, but she didn't care about the money. She only longed for her father. The teacher comforted her and encouraged her to be strong. Just then, a neighbor revealed the teacher's family had spent $1,000 to save the girl from traffickers. The person who sent the money immediately contacted the CEO, who owed the teacher a favor. Upon hearing that his benefactor had a daughter now suffering abuse, and under his grandfather's orders, the CEO rushed to the village. Meanwhile, the girl's relatives, upon hearing about